I think there are a few things. Because a lot of our productions are for foreign brands. So big foreign brands, they are a big driver. Yes, you can say they pollute a lot, they so on, but they're also the biggest driver of sustainability. If it aren't because of the big brands, they have the purchasing power to okay, they have to do this. Otherwise, it will be hard for sustainability as a whole to grow. It's because a lot of these big brands, Fortune 500 companies, they need to do it. Therefore, there's the demand, and it helps a lot of startups and other companies to do it because there's orders. There's a buyer at the end for these things. There are people willing to put in money to invest into these new technologies and so on. So big companies is main driver. Consumer is always a driver as well. They are demanding more because consumers nowadays, especially more affluent middle class, they want a healthy lifestyle. They want that's I see that's how the new cool trend, I think, of consumer the hashtag. It's like what is a symbol of like a new a middle class. It's like healthy, sustainability. These type of lifestyles are part of them, and they want that. And China's policy, government's policy, we have kind of a sustainability these policy in place for some years now, and it's just like China every 5 years they have a 5-year plan, and even the previous 5-year plans, they have these sustainability initiatives. At the beginning, it was more about just like safety first. Safety is always the first thing. I mean, for sustainability, if you look at all the ESG reports of the companies, especially consumer products companies, the most important thing for them is safe products and the product safety, and also the functionality of the product. Then they will talk about climate change, and these are their second priority. But safety is always the number one. So the Chinese policy started as that as well, safety, and then moving on. Okay, now safety, we pretty much have a good grasp. Then let's move on to something more urgent and to do and important things like cutting down the water pollutions and so on. So now there was a time in like a few years back in the industry, there was a lot of the printing and dyeing houses are closed or being suspended for operation because their water treatment the equipment wasn't meeting the standard, so they were polluting. Yeah, so now so that costed a lot of upgrades. Some companies shut down, some company merge, and so on. But it's a painful step, but it's an important step. We need to keep going. So and China in a new 5-year plan, they also have talked about more using more recyclable materials, recycle more of textile waste, lower the carbon emissions, and increase the water reuse, and so on. So they're creating a big alliance of a lot of big companies, apparel brands, and also manufacturers in China. They together to join like an alliance, try to map out the carbon footprints. So I think the end goal, it's like eventually we'll have a like a carbon a database for all the carbon footprint of like different type of materials, processes, and products, and so on. Can be used, be shared within the industry, and so on. And so it's the policy is doing a lot of the things. So yeah, I think these are the main drivers: the consumers, the government, and also the big company. And there's also a lot other, I think, factors driving it, so like media and so on. But I think these are the three main big things. Yeah.